Hello everyone and welcome back. And this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Taurus for the week of September 15th. And at this time I'd like to give a very special thank you to each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed, and for sharing with others. And of course, as well as all the thumbs up on all the videos that you've watched and the hypes. Thank you again for doing that. And the lovely comments. I do truly appreciate them. Thank you. All right. Page of Wands. So starting out with a new beginning, new optimism. You're going to hear some good news and it's going to set you ablaze for a change. You know, you want to get started. You want to make new discoveries, places you want to go. You're feeling more free-spirited than you have in a long time. You've actually allowed yourself to release from some burdens that now give you time for yourself. So you're venturing out a little bit more, taking more trips, doing things that excite you, going to see new things, see new people. But you're going to get some good news and it's going to allow you much more freedom. And the World card, yeah, definitely changing directions. Understanding it's time for you to broaden your horizons. You know? Do something different, something that's exciting. You've accomplished so much this far. And, you know, you're very focused on travel right now. You're celebrating life again. You're just starting to open up. Maybe you've been staying home a lot recently, or, you know, thinking of taking different adventures, but haven't for whatever reason. And now you have accomplished a few things around that you wanted to get finished, and it helps you to not only free up your time, but give you that feeling of accomplishment. So you've arrived at a different time for yourself that now you can think more free, things that you want to do, places you want to go and see. So that's probably what these new adventures are all about. Yeah, and the Emperor, yeah, you're in charge of this. You and you alone are finally getting to make this decision. You're understanding that you want to do this. You've taken the leadership role. You've taken care of yourself, your health. And you're definitely setting yourself up for success. You know, you're looking further into the future. You're in control of it. You're understanding that. You're very focused on yourself for a change. Instead of you trying to always help everybody else around you, you're finally getting to ask yourself, what do you want for the future? What do you, who, in some cases, want in your life? But you are definitely content right now with what you have and who's around you, but you still have that inner desire to do something different. And Eight of Wands, looks like you're going to be taking a trip or getting an invitation to take one. And yeah, it's going to be needing your attention quite quickly, because that's, you know, rapid action needed to be taken on this. It's either yes or no. But there's going to, something's going to come up this week for you, and it's going to definitely need you to answer positive yes or no. You know, no more sitting back, waiting to see what happens and then going with flow. No, this swift change is requiring positive. You know, you manifested it, you wanted it, it's now arrived, and either you're going to do it or you're not. Two of Wands, yeah, looking out into the world. You want to travel more, you want to see more things. You want to experience life. You know, you're making decisions here for your future. Regardless of how old you are, you're still making decisions. Some of you, you're leaving a home that you've known for a long time and traveling, taking those adventures, going to foreign shores. You know, you got the whole world in your hands and all the opportunity before you. You're happy where you're at. You're content. You know, you're satisfied, but your body and soul is yearning to do other things, go forward, have new experiences. And it looks like you're really seriously looking into doing that. Instead of just daydreaming about it and taking no action, you're actually taking the first steps here. And the Five of Pentacles, yeah, moving away, going your separate way. You know, you've had a financial setback for some of you here, and it can be as small as, you know, your vehicle broke down and you needed to get it fixed or something like that. But it cost you enough to give you a realization in your mind of whether you have enough or not. And that's where you're at right now. You're realizing that, yes, it was a minor setback, but enough to show you what you have and don't have in your life. You've taken other people's advice here, you've listened, you've done all that, and now you're venturing out on your own. And the Ace of Rods, yeah, new beginnings, new opportunities, and you're just at the starting point. There's a new project that you want to get going on, and it just fulfills you, makes you happy. You know, you have a desire to begin again, start fresh, new opportunities, see what happens, what comes into your life. And you're all, you know, like, it's like an open door for you this week of the universe giving you kinds of options and things that you've wanted. And now you need to realize whether you still want to do it or not. So you're definitely thinking about taking some trips. The Nine of Pentacles, yeah, you've been independent for a long time. You've been going solo at this for many of you. But these are the fruits of your labor. You can now know that your finances are in good, stable conditions. You can afford to do different things that you've always wanted to do. You have your independence. You do things when you want to do them. You can afford to, you know, buy yourself the small luxuries in life and feel satisfied. And people are starting to realize that you not only can take care of yourself, but you're content with doing that. You're not looking for outside to fulfill you. You're fulfilling yourself by taking your trips, doing new projects, and it makes you feel not only self-reliant, but filled, because you love what you do. You're enjoying yourself and the people and the company around you. And the Five of Cups. Yeah, well, you know, that's part of looking back at life, you know, with regrets, remorse, disappointments, things that didn't pan out, you know, whether it was a job, a family member, a friend, a relationship in some form that has, you know, failed you. And it leaves you with marks and scars. And you're realizing that for the losses and the grief, you know, because you can always forever look back on the past, but you cannot change, undo, or correct. You can just look at it as a learning experience, don't repeat it again, and move on from that. And that's where you're at this week. You're finally realizing to let go of some things that had, for many of you, a very strong hold, like almost in fear. It held you in that state of not doing anything because you didn't want to do the wrong thing. And you're finally realizing that that is not an option. You need to let that go, pick up what's available to you, and start fresh, going forward, new beginnings. And that's where you're finally wrapping your head around this and getting out of the anxiety and looking back. And the Six of Cups, yeah, nostalgia, looking back at the good times, realizing, you know, what you have, what you had, and what you have, and how far you've come. You know, these are childhood memories for many of us. You know, that happy memory that You know, when you guys were all out taking a walk or riding your bikes or whatever it was that filled you up with just joy and happiness and, you know, childish memories. And it has increased the joy of your day because it put a smile on your face and remembering of how far you've come, what you have. You know, this could have been, if you're fortunate enough to have a grandchild that, you know, or a child in general, somebody younger than you that has just brought back that, oh yeah, memory. And the 8 of Pentacles. So definitely putting some energy into your finances, your life. You have an interest in something again. You know, it may require you to dig a little deeper, you know, study a little harder. Maybe this is what it is. You're just decided to take a course of study, reading on the internet. You don't have to go to class for this, but it's something that you've always thought about, wondered about, that sort of thing. And you've always had a skill and a knack for it anyhow. But this is just giving you that little bit of extra knowledge about it. And you're not in fear of being right or wrong. It's just something that you're accomplishing on your own. So you're definitely learning something fresh for yourself. And you're quite intrigued with it. Yeah, 7 of Cups. Definitely looking to the future. You know, you have 7 of Cups here, wish fulfillment, dreams come true, you know, all the choices and the options are before you. And you're doing your homework. You're actually thinking about this very seriously. You're not daydreaming about something anymore. You're actually trying to figure out how to begin it, you know. And myself, I just start and figure it out as I go. And I think that's what's happening with you here. You've, you know, allowed yourself to fall in a rabbit hole for a while, you know, daydreaming about all different things and never really have taken action on it. But this is the week that you're actually telling yourself it's time to begin. And you're picking one and you're going to do it. It's going to fill you up, you know, whether it's a hobby or just something that makes you feel worthwhile in your life. Getting up in the morning and beginning. And the 5 of Rods, yeah. Look at that. Determination. Skilled. Standing up for yourself. Doing what is right. You know, maybe you've had to, or felt like there was some sort of competition going on in your life. This could have been in a job, a home, a family. There's so many areas of life sometimes where it feels like there's competition unnecessary. You know, but your disagreements with others are just that. You're learning to walk away from this tension that you're feeling, letting them go, letting yourself be free, and just feeling more content. You've gotten a lot of answers this week to questions that you have had for a long time. You're making progress going forward. You're taking trips now. You're dreaming of a better future for yourself, and it is more than likely going to come true. So you are really stepping out of your comfort zone and moving in a whole new direction with this new beginning. Once you start those journeys and take trips, it's going to open you back up to so many possibilities for your future. All right. Protect the fruits of your labor. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. Involuntarily concerns. All right. And there you go. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you again next week. Bye for now.